Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 28 of Europa Universalis 4 as the Mamluks. In standard Unstable Voltage fashion, I've completely forgotten what I was doing last time around, so we will just wait a little while. I'm going to go and unpause, try and familiarise myself with what was going on. We took a chunk of land from Ethiopia, that's already done. Yemen, I think that was the plan. I was thinking about going to war with Yemen and whatever's left of these little guys down here. I would still like to have another crack at the Ottomans, although I do think that that is something that we will need to wait on. They do still have a little bit of a nasty alliance chain. They are at war. We no longer have a truce with them, and in fact, the fact that they are at war with the Great Horde could be useful. Could we actually bring them into a war? They're allied with these guys now. Now I remember, because I have got a mission with these guys to take Van, which I believe I cancelled. No, I did not. I did not cancel that mission to take Van. Taking that from you is going to be a bit of a pain, because you're allied with the Ottomans. There again, if the Ottomans get so busy in their war they decide not to come in, that would help us, but I don't think that's going to happen just yet. You guys we are going to integrate because you are now our vassal. And yeah, oh wow, the Ottomans are really winning this war hard against the Great Horde here, which also means most of the Ottomans' armies are probably up there, so maybe we want to leave that one alone for a little while. I don't know, maybe we could literally just walk straight into the Ottomans' lands. How many troops do they have? I guess it's worth checking. They have 123,000 troops. That is significant. That's getting on close to double for what I have. So we're going to stay out of that one for a little while. As much as I would like to do it, it seems like it's a little bit of a silly thing to attempt to do right now. We will have some rebel factions likely to pop, most likely Ethiopian separatists. We do have another 20 stacks somewhere. Where are those guys? Are they over here? They are. They're over there. So quite a few things that we might be getting. Mara, now... could we just vassalize you? You do like us quite a bit. You wouldn't accept vassalization. Yeah, we're going to have to take these guys the hard way, I think. So let's not worry too much about that right now. Let's just make sure. Yeah, no more conversions we can do. So we are slightly below 100% unity. So I guess we can bring down the 40 stack, which is not a bad idea. Who are we fabricating on? That's Ethiopia, isn't it? Or is it? It is Ethiopia. I believe I've already got claims on you. Let's go ahead and bring this army down. Now, we may end up getting some attrition here. If I see any attrition, I'll just split the army into two. But it's mostly following the coastal route, so it should be okay. So... do we have CBs is the first question. Yes, we do. Now, Yas would come in, who is a relatively small nation. And Kilwa would come in as well. Kilwa are... where exactly? They're down here, aren't they? That's Kilwa. Kilwa's quite possibly a pain in the backside. Let's go ahead and split this army in half and move the other half over here, because half of you is going to have to deal with Yas, basically. So I'll move half of you over there, and that'll reduce some of the attrition. This army is not currently drilling anyway, so let's go ahead and put Puji, our best general, in charge of this army down here. We start work on another core, so let's get cracking on that. Let's get you into position. Speaking of cores, is it worth doing this just yet? Because we do have some overextension, don't we? Yes, a little bit. It's a little bit too early since the previous war. So let's go ahead and while you guys are over sort of in position, you do both have a general. So let's have both of you drilling. Now, how are we actually doing on terms of military tech? We're a few years ahead of time. We don't have a military tech group. I was just considering if it's worthwhile getting an extra general, but we're very low on military at the moment. So, yeah, maybe we want to wait on that one. We're going to end up getting behind. We'll just take the +1 guy for trade efficiency, nice and cheap. Land force limit modifier. Could we get anyone better than that? 14 ducats a month. You're too expensive. I could promote this guy, but I don't really want a land force limit modifier guy. I don't think that is all that useful. Although it would allow us to go up even more. But then the problem we have, as soon as he dies, we are below the limit. Maybe we do want to keep him, though. I mean, he is quite cheap. So he's quite young, I believe. Yeah, 32. Let's go ahead and promote him. It'll give us an extra military point. Lose army professionalism or lose 15,000 manpower. That is harsh. But again, the manpower will recover more easily than the professionalism. And we'll build this other army up here. What did the Ottomans... Did the Ottomans actually take any land? Difficult to say. So what's going on here? Crimea is occupied by Russia. You still have your alliances. You're no longer occupied... Oh, right. Okay, so... The Ottomans are no longer allied to Crimea. Obviously, they dishonoured the call. So using that method to actually get the Ottomans into a war is not going to work for us anymore. We need somebody to start picking on France to make life a little bit easier for us. That's the trick. Now, let's keep our eye on this, because we will be getting those Ethiopian separatists quite soon. In fact, there's not many different separatists that we're going to get. We'll move Puji over here as soon as they get to 80%, and this army will just stop drilling. But yeah, I think we can deal with the rebellions. I don't think that is going to be too much of an issue. Let's just have a quick look at our ships here. Oh, we can have 3 more ships. As someone says I should stop building lights and start building galleys. It's not a bad idea. This trade fleet, though, could definitely do with a couple more lights in it. So let's go and build them up. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel that heavies are still better than galleys pound for pound. So, but we should certainly get some galleys. We might have a more of a decent chance against the Ottomans. But I think the Ottomans do have some heavies anyway. Still only at 70% there on that one popping. So it's not a big deal. Still building up a spy network on Ethiopia, which I do intend to use. I will keep getting claims down here. We will end up sort of getting them off the map completely here. Let's go ahead and assign you with Puji. Doesn't mean that this army will temporarily stop drilling, but that's fine. We need to deal with the rebellions. We need to deal with the rebellions and wait for our overextension to go away. Are there any buildings that we want to build? Is there any good text buildings? Yep, that's a good one, so we'll grab that. Don't want to spend all of the money. And we have a rebellion, as expected. 28 stack, that's pretty significant. Though I'm confident that Puji can deal with that quite nicely. So let's go ahead and move in. And yeah, already we've got like 25% higher morale than they do. Not to mention slightly better tactics. And there we go. We did lose just over 3,000 men. So that's not too terrible. So let's go and put Puji back in over here. And we'll carry on drilling these armies, because these armies are like at 100% drill now. Or almost. So I did actually find out... no, it's not on that one, is it? It's part of this. No. Where is it? Why can I not see the thing anymore? Maybe refill garrison, build supply depots, regain manpower, cheaper general cost, and reduce morale damage taken by reserves. Right, that's it. So what reserves are is when you send an army into battle, if your army is wider than the combat width, then some of the army will basically be standing at the back ready to come forward and fill the gaps. They're not actually actively involved in the combat. Those are your reserves. But even though they're not fighting, because they're part of the battle, they still take passive morale damage. So even when they do move forwards, they've already lost some morale. So this actually means they only take half the amount of morale damage. Move towards legalism or mysticism. We'll stay towards legalism because I do want to try and keep that income there. Do we have any rebel factions now? 40% on these guys. Oh, hang on. Hang on. That's worth checking out. Let's have a quick look on what we need to do here. We've lost a claim on Van. As we've lost the claim, which was a claim given to us by the mission, let's just go ahead and cancel that mission. That's one thing done. Let's have a look where these guys are going to pop. Damot, because I want to make sure that I'm ready for that if it all goes badly. You are down there. Okay, so we do have an army nearby. Right. The nation of Austria is requesting that we come to their aid in the Austrian conquest of Venice against Venice. This is a war which they have started, and Venice is allied with France and Verdun. Sure, there's no reason not to. I don't think we're going to have too many issues. We might run into the Venetian Navy a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the heavies out. I don't intend to take them on directly, but if we can have our heavies escorting our trade fleet, that might be enough to keep the Venetians away from us. I am going to make sure that we are not going to friendly port, but you should hide from navies. Don't be bold. Yeah, be cautious. Those are the only two options. So they will try and avoid navies, but it might not work. But we'll get those heavies out as soon as we can. I don't think I'm too directly going to have to get involved in that. France might try and land some troops, so we should really keep our eye on what the French are doing. But I figure they probably won't bother with us too much. What I'm really hoping... oh, we've got some rebels over here. What I'm really hoping is that Austria wins this fight and manages to break France's alliance with the Ottomans. That would be ideal for us. Let's just go in over there and finish that off. And in fact, if we actually stand you over here, we can use you to try, hopefully, to reduce those that rebel progress. Let's get you drilling again. Yep, losing a few claims here and there. So we've actually lost our claims against these guys. Who are still really friendly. They were our sworn enemies. They were our rivals at the start of this game. Castile is still rival to me. They still hate me. Someone did point out that this said Castilian Low Countries. You are quite correct. I can actually just... Now I know what it says, I can actually read it. But yeah, even on my monitor, there's just a point where I can read it about there, but it's quite fuzzy. I'm sure it's not my eyes, it's annoying that it fades out. But yeah, so Castilian Low Countries, which is quite interesting. Can't see the French armies. Brandenburg is involved in this. Who is actually involved in this army? Oh, in this war. Yeah, Brandenburg's quite large. We could potentially, and again, this is always a risk, but it's a fun one when you can pull it off. We could just go ahead and try and grab Crete. I'm tempted to just try and send a 3-stack over there and see if we can just land. The Venetian Navy is around. I was just going to say, where's the get on the boats thing? It is still there. Let's move into this province. Let's just move the heavies out here. The heavies have taken some damage, but having the heavies there might be enough to dissuade their navy. They've actually docked up, but there's nobody there on the island. So if we can drop you, we can just force your navies out. And then it's only a 3-stack, and then I'll just pull my navies back. That's kind of the plan. That's another light. Yeah, Austria's actually helping to blockade there. Thank you, Austria. So let's go ahead and just dock up the heavies and the transports. I wonder. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look at this. I want to mark that as a province of vital interest. Because I don't think Austria would have. Because it's too far away from them. So we might even end up getting it in the peace deal. Which is a possibility. Now it's going to force those ships out. Those ships are going to engage the Austrian navy. Do you know what? Let's go in with our heavies. I know they're quite damaged, but if we can help Austria a little bit, we can always pull out of this if it starts to go too badly. Yeah, the 5 heavies are mine. Yeah, this battle is not going to go in our direction. So let's just pull those heavies out before they get destroyed. They're actually doing quite well, but we would have lost the battle anyway just due to the number of... the amount of morale we were losing. But we have taken the island of Crete, which is fantastic. There is positive war score. Cannot see the French around yet. Spain is pushing down here, which is a little bit annoying. We will finish off Tunis at some point as well. There's far fewer nations down here that are actually in a position to be able to raid us now. There's still Tunis. There's still Morocco. I believe Morocco can still do it. And do the Knights still exist? I haven't seen them for a while. They're not on Rhodes anymore because that belongs to the Ottomans. Sometimes they're down here on Gabes, but they're not. So yeah, I think the Knights might actually be gone. Or is it the Knights? Yep, can't see the Knights actually, so I think we don't have to worry about them raiding us anymore. A little bit risky being in this war. I don't think the Ottomans are going to start anything. Now, if I did declare war on the Ottomans, France actually wouldn't come in. Doesn't help me all that much at the moment, because the Ottomans are still quite scarily big. We can invest in an idea, which would be humanist ideas. Increases tolerance of heathens. Reduces our idea cost. It would also give us some trade efficiency. It's a humanist idea. It's an admin idea. I do want that other idea group, though, because I'd love to get the next military idea group. I think we're actually going to wait before we finish that off. Although our admin points are actually coming in quite quickly, which is nice. How are we doing in terms of our cause? We can pick a new mission up now. Let's go ahead and do that, actually. Accumulate money or protect against France. Have an army equal or larger than 87. That we can do. We're going to start off by going to Cairo and hiring 1 soldier. If I can find the buttons. There we go. And then we'll just start to build that up. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We might also win it if France just lose men in combat. So that's always a possibility. Oh, did we lose a general or did I not assign one somewhere? We lost Puji. Really? We lost my really, really good 3-star general? Come on, game. Seriously. Let's go ahead and get another. Do you know what? You can be Puji the second. You were such a good general. You're going to go in twice. And this time you're not quite as good, but you're still fairly good. Still a 2-star general. That means we can keep drilling this army. Right, what I was originally going to check, what's my overextension? 27%, it is going down. I could probably get this war started, actually. Although I don't want to split my attention too much, because that sort of thing usually ends up being dangerous. Yeah, my navy is trying to dodge the Venetian fleet. Are the Ottomans still at war? No, currently not. Ottomans got a 50-something stack on the island here, taking heavy attrition. Well done, AI. I'm not giving all of these random people access. No easy conversions to do. Okay, let's go ahead and just get a few more infantry here. We only need to get up to 87. That's got us going up to 88. So providing the French don't get any additional ones, we should be fine. Yas is already in another war here. This might make... No, I thought they were. Who is this? Is this Yemen? Yemen in another war. Oh, this will make it easy for us. Those guys are already fighting. So let's stop these guys from drilling, and we will take them on very shortly. I just keep looking up here because I'm expecting the French might get cheeky and try and drop some units down here. I also noticed that England are... No, hang on. That's an English army, right? Are England in this war as well? They are indeed. England, Hungary, Moldova. Yeah, well, this war should definitely go our way. Whether or not that means we'll gain anything from it, I do not know. But we're already at 4% positive war score, so things are going well. Great Horde is really getting wrecked. Crimea, they still have a royal marriage with the Ottomans, so they may well get their alliance back at some point. Accumulate money. How much do you want? For 10 prestige, which I don't really need. 800 ducats, and how quickly are we gaining it? Not that quickly. Though, do you know what? I'm going to take it because we'll probably take some money in the peace deal. So it'll be worth it for that. Don't know how much money Yemen and Yas have between them, but we might get close to that 800 ducats. It's a possibility. So these guys are going to be part of this stack, essentially, but I don't want to go too close to the force limit, especially because we do currently have a force limit modifier guy, and if we lose him, we'll be well over, and then that will cause us some issues. So how are things going up here? There's a lot of armies spread around. Austria still seems quite strong. You have taken out Venice. Lose 50 Diplo power or 10 prestige. We'll take the Diplo hit. And you do actually have an army in Venice itself. Even though you are blockaded, you're already there, which is good. So that'll be some decent war score if you can get it. You really need to get in there and take Paris, though, or Berlin, just to try and get the other guys out of this war. Gain some power points across the board. That is really nice. You want military access. Why do you want military access? You're at war with Russia. Sure, fine. I'll let you through. Look at this again. Ottomans have got a 70, near enough an 80 stack on roads, taking massive attrition. And they've got a 40 stack up here in Constantinople. Yeah, no, they've got 8. Well, okay, they are moving some units onto transports, but still, that is a lot of men to have on an island taking attrition. The Ottomans are actually at war with Russia. This could be our chance here, actually. With France not wanting to get involved and the Ottomans being at war with Russia, this could be a really, really good opportunity for us. We're definitely going to go ahead and take the military tech, even though we're ahead of time. Let's take the Diplo tech as well. And, yeah, I think this could put us in a good position, possibly, to attack the Ottomans. We'll have to keep our eye on the situation, particularly how many units they've got. But let's wait for them to do something first and see how much trouble they get themselves into. But that's probably a good point to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as the Mamluks. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.